Sun Ballet. In November of 2013 in London, I attended a ballet piece called Sun. Arriving somewhat early, I entered a cafeteria filled with members of the dancers. One of the male dancers played with his one-year-old son named Snow. The infant held the attention of all the young dancers. His father entertained the cast by playing a game of hide and seek with his son. Now you see me, now you don't. The kids squealed with delight. The father bubbled over with joy. At one point, all the dancers left to prepare for the performance. I left to find my seat. The dance piece Sun was grim in its portrayal of three different phases of British history, with special emphasis on the brutality of the colonial phase. This phase gives the piece its name. The sun never sets on the British Empire. The dancers moved through physical contortions that seemed painful. The music, much of it with only percussion instruments, was ear-breaking loud. I easily describe the event as moving from one cosmic thud to another. I tried to identify amongst the dancers the father of the infant in the cafeteria, but couldn't. The theater event really began for me in the cafeteria and proceeded through the cosmic thuds. The overall experience became the contrast between the joy with the little child and the pain of the brutal side of British history. I remember this event very, very well. When I worked in the Middle East and I would return to Boston occasionally, I would always regularly plan to stay a few days in London to get some theater, and this was one of these events. And so I'm alone. I hit upon the scene of the little child with his father, with the other dancers, and it was very beautiful, very simple and enjoyable. Then we have this performance. So much of a contrast with that cafeteria scene. It was brutal. The contortions themselves were an expression of pain. So there's a very strong criticism in this theater piece, in this dance of the colonial period of Britain. I love the term that I use. We moved from one cosmic thud to another. But you can see the importance of the piece is the contrast between the two events. And for me, they were like one theater event. The cafeteria, where there was these young people playing with a little baby, and it was such fun. And then this grim presentation. But that's so much an expression of our human life. I'm so affected by that kind of constantly. The grimness of human life, the pain, the grief, the sickness, but then all of the joy. And this is a very deep expression of my journey, my sensitivity to that, and my prayer. I pray constantly for all people within this context of awareness of so much pain, so many cosmic thuds that we experience, and pray that we may experience frequently this joy of these young people with a baby.